You know, I get to do a lot of really cool things, go a lot of cool places, ride a lot of really neat and unique side-by-sides and ATVs, and I feel very fortunate for being able to do that. But the reality is I don't always get to take my family with me because that's just not the business that I'm in. It doesn't always work out that way.
He gets to travel all the time for work, and a lot of times we don't get to go. It doesn't actually stop me from hounding him constantly for the girls and I to be able to go on a trip. And it just so happened that Elliot Lake opportunity arrived, and I was super excited to go.
Sometimes I want to go on the trips because they would be fun to go on, but most times I'm not allowed. This time my dad said that I can go on a trip, so I was really excited to go.
And you guys get to ride in really cool places, and I think it's just better when you get to go with the whole family.
So making sure you pick a place that has, you know, all of the amenities that you need, has the trails close by, isn't all that far of a drive, and really delivers with great scenery, great trails, and a lot of fun. That's what it's all about. So when we rolled into Elliot Lake, we were staying at the Hampton Inn, and let me tell you about this because it's fairly unique in the off-road world that you can go directly to a hotel, park your truck and trailer, unload your side-by-side or ATVs, and park in a parking space, and that's exactly what I did.
So guys, we have arrived in Elliot Lake, and I'm really excited for you guys to get out and experience all that this place has to offer because I've been here quite a few times, but Mom, I don't think you've ever been here
I've never
before.
been here.
No, and you guys never have. And the fun thing is, we're staying at a Hampton Inn, and our side-by-side is parked in the parking lot, and we are gonna ride directly from here. I'm excited for you guys to experience this. I think it's gonna be fun.
Like, you don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to drive your truck and trailer. Everywhere in Elliot Lake, except for the downtown core, is ATV and side-by-side friendly as long as you stick to the rules of the road.
One of the big things about Elliot Lake is we tell everyone it's a compact full-service community, and all our dining options are centered around the middle of town. So you can ride right from your lodge or your hotel out to the trails and then loop right back in and have access to one of 17 dining options in the community. So you're not really spread out, and the community is very accommodating when riders are in town.
So as soon as you leave the hotel, within 2 minutes, you're on beautiful trails.
Again, we're really lucky. We've got two great clubs. The ATV Club and the City of Elliot Lake have a great partnership. They do their rides. We have information sessions coming up in the community to really promote our club to existing members, but also to get that buy-in from the community for riding as a whole. We've supported them with equipment over the years, and events like this. We made a phone call to come and help film for an event, and we had 6 people show up. I mean, we're really fortunate to have the support of the club that we have and that great relationship that we have with them.
Well, we support and maintain approximately 300 kilometers. We got the mud pits, we got the steep hills with rocks that are loose, and we have the nice, calm green trail that goes through the woods with a canopy over it. So we really have something for everybody.
After we were on the trails for a little bit, maybe it was like 10 minutes outside of town, they took us to this beautiful waterfall. And soon after the waterfall, we stopped and we were able to stand on this rock cliff and just look at this beautiful lake.
Get on your feet, these sights to see, rolling hills or city streets, ocean to ocean and all in between.
Got to go to this area where there was a dam. We were able to walk across it and go and hop on really cool rocks all around it.
Being able to see all the sights and looking at all the nature, because I really like going in water, and it was fun to go in the water.
Well, Elliot Lake's been known for having a large amount of lakes. The going number that we use is there's 400 lakes within the city limits. Set up a fire, set up your tent. You can fish at a lake, steps from where you're set up, and you're not dealing with residents and cars and anything else. Our number that our team uses is we've got 300 kilometers of ATV trails in the area, and I can tell you that around those 300 kilometers there's countless lakes around there.
Now, before we went on the trip, I was told there might be the opportunity to do some fishing. So I did pack up my fishing gear, got the rods, got my tackle box, and I thought, all right, you know, maybe we will, maybe we won't. But as it turns out, there was this beautiful rock perch on this pristine little lake.
All of a sudden, we're casting into this beautiful scenery. It was absolutely lovely.
We're fishing off this rock perch that if you told me I was 1,000 miles from civilization, I would have believed you. Not a cottage on the lake, not a boat on the lake, nothing. just an ATV trail that leads you there. And that is special.
I really enjoyed going fishing and to be able to do that because we haven't done that in a while.
Elliot Lake promotes the fact that you can bring your fishing rod along. You can fish in any one of the, I believe it's 400 lakes they have just within the city limits.
I love going fishing, and then going off of the cliff that they had there was super cool.
It's not that far from the city center to get out and be in nature and go camping. Bring your side-by-side, bring your ATV, bring your tent. There's beaches everywhere, but we pull 2 seconds off the trail. You can see it from the trail, this beautiful beach.
As soon as we get off this trail, all of a sudden we make a little turn and there is this expansive white sand beach in front of us. A beach that you would expect to see like hundreds of people on. But what was really neat is that there was maybe one person way down to the side and we had all of this beautiful nature to ourselves. It was quite impressive and lovely.
Not have guessed there would be a big sand beach like that. It's so beautiful, and I'm surprised there wasn't many people there at all.
And there's one group camping down on the beach, and the rest of it is open to us. So what do? The ATV club pulls out their little barbecue. They've got all the stuff with them, all the fixins, and they make us a fish fry lunch right on the beach. They make some hot dogs for the girls and fresh caught bass for the rest of the people there, and we just have this like shore lunch on a beautiful sand beach.
I really like the hot dogs that they cooked on the beach. It was yummy.
I love the lunch they made for us. It was like so yummy, and then being out on the beach in like a nice sunny day was so nice, and the fish that they had was so delicious.
Where I was saying to everybody from the ATV club, I want to come back here, bring a tent and camp out here because I can spend days in this area. This is so nice. Go riding right from there, need more supplies, drive back into the city, no problem. So there's all kinds of unique things to do in Elliot Lake, whether it be, fishing, hiking, mountain biking, obviously all the power sports stuff that you can do there. But they do have a really unique overlook just outside of town. It's like literally 2 minutes outside of town. You can get right up over top of the entire city, and they have a cool building up there. It's where a bunch of the towers are for communications with all kinds of plaques and different pieces that explain about the area. They've got a couple of like viewing pieces up there so you can see off into the distance. And something you realize right away is that Elliot Lake truly is a city in the forest.
The lookout was so beautiful, and you were able to go in this little building to even get higher up than you already were. And they gave you little like binocular things. You were able to look out over the city, and there were special boards that like show you where places are. And I thought that was wonderful because you were able to actually like get a learning experience out of it too.
You look right over town and you can see that it's just stitched into the forest. And everywhere surrounding, as far as you can see, all the way to Manitoulin Island in the distance, is nothing but forest. Just go and enjoy and have fun and experience what the city of Elliot Lake and Northern Ontario has to offer, because it is a lot.
It's like a sunrise warming us up, and spending all your time lifting me up.
One of the reasons that I was really excited to go with AJ on this trip was because our girls got to go. And something that I'm sure many people can relate to is like all of a sudden you blink and your children are grown up. And so I wanted to take this opportunity to have them out in nature and to have that time together where they're meeting great people, but they're with us, immersed in the forest, riding wonderful trails. It's just really important to have that family time.
If other families had a side-by-side, I think they'd really enjoy it because there's a lot of places to go. And I really like the restaurants. Everybody's really nice and kind.
It's not just for a day ride or a 2-day ride. There's so much to do, and you can make Elliot Lake a vacation. We have a championship 18-hole golf course. We've got the Helen Bar Lookout. But when you come to town, you can book all those events. You can go out kayaking, you can go fishing. There's multiple places that rent canoes, kayaks, even motorboats. You can head out to our downtown. We've got shopping. So it's a family area where regardless of which spouse is into the power sports riding, it's not just 2 or 3 days of power sports riding. You can make a whole week or 2-week event of coming here, spending time in the community, hitting multiple restaurants, and really we've got a lot to do for every member of your family.
You know, I feel really fortunate to be able to go out and do this trip with my family, to spend this time together. Seeing my girls grow and get older is something that tugs at my heart every single day, because you don't get this time back, so you got to make the most of it. And being able to experience these things in Elliot Lake, the fishing, the waterfalls, just, you know, the big powder sand beach, doing a shore lunch with them that I don't think they've ever done that before, so that was pretty cool and kind of unique. These are the types of things we're going to remember for the rest of our lives, and I'm really thankful that we had the Elliot Lake ATV Club with us to be able to do this, and the folks from the city of Elliot Lake who just, you know, pulled out all the stops for us and wanted to show us everything they have to offer. And it's just such a nice community. It's such a nice city. It's such a nice place. Yes, it's off the beaten path, and most times on Highway 17, you're gonna not even remember that turnoff was there, but you should, because this is a hidden gem in Ontario. Those 28 kilometers up to Elliot Lake from the Trans-Canada Highway are, there. You know what? If it was 2,800 kilometers, I'd make that trip again, because it's well worth it. This place is awesome. The scenery is second to none. The trails are absolutely fantastic, and the hospitality, you can't beat it.